What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Missflips. In today's episode, we are hustling to get a couple of pieces done before I take a vacation off to California. It is July 7th and I leave on the 13th, so we don't got a lot of time, but I'm hoping to get 4 pieces done before I leave, and I am going to show you how. So first up is this piece that I got from Goodwill, and it looked to be in pretty good shape. The drawers worked perfectly, and it was for a good price. So all it really needed was a good clean and a new look. But of course, as soon as I brought it home, it started pouring down rain, so I had to move things indoors. Like any piece, my first move was to remove all of the hardware and get to cleaning the piece by vacuuming up all of the excess dust and then wiping it off with a damp cloth that is wetted with a vinegar and water solution. Now that the piece was clean, it was time to get started on sanding. When I first started this project, I thought that I was just going to be painting the entire piece black, but when I started sanding with a 120 grit, the finish basically was removing itself. So I decided I'd go for a two-toned look. To remove the finish and get to a nice smooth bare wood, I went from a 120 grit to a 180 and then to a 220 for the final pass. Before sanding the drawers, there were some little repairs that I had to make, so I mixed up some Bondo and filled in the gaps. Now, don't make fun of me. I know this is probably the wrong way to do this, and I probably used way too much Bondo, but hey, I'm still getting used to this stuff. It's only like my 3rd or 4th time using it, so don't laugh at me, please. Now that the finish was removed from the pieces that I wanted it to be removed from, it was time to scuff sand the rest of the piece, which I am doing with a 180 grit piece of sandpaper. For the bare wood, I decided to go in with some white top coat finishing wax, and this made it super easy because I didn't have to go in with a whitewash or a bleach or anything, wait for it to dry, and then put in a top coat. It was everything in one, so I really just had to do one simple process to get this white washed look that I wanted. Once I was done waxing, it was time to get painting the rest of the piece. Since I didn't really have time to order any of the furniture paint that I usually use, I just went to Home Depot and got an all-in-one black paint. That way I could save myself even more time by skipping the priming process and the top coat process. Now that everything was painted, it was time to go in and blend in the Bondo with the finished wood, but I unfortunately didn't film this process, but here is how it turned out. It looks really good. This is probably the best wood blending job that I have ever done, and unfortunately I didn't film it. I cannot believe myself. But anyways. Alright, so we got 1 done, and now we're on to 2 and 3. I have done these pieces before, but for whatever reason they just didn't sell. So I'm gonna give them a little bit of a revamp, and hopefully they sell within the next few days. Starting off with a quick vacuum and cleaning of both of these pieces, I went for the same look for both, and just opted to do a simple and easy black and gold combo. Originally, I had planned on leaving more of this natural wood, but in the end, I just decided to paint the whole thing, but this is why you see me kind of painting it in chunks here instead of just like going over the whole thing. But yeah, so I just decided to go a solid black. It's a classic, can't really go wrong. This piece was actually very kindly given to me by Genevieve over at Fresh Finds and Designs, and she is a local to Georgia as well, and she just so sweetly gave me this piece because she thought it would be right up my alley, and it's for that reason that I thought that I would do something a little bit more special to this piece than I had been doing with the rest. To remove some of the scuffs and the random white paint that for whatever reason ends up being on furniture all the time, I just used a damp magic eraser sponge and wiped all of those marks away. Once all the marks were gone, I went with a tinted wood restorer and went over the entire piece. Once all the minor repairs were made, it was time to go and put in my classic gold accents. These details just really go so far when it comes to bringing a piece back to life. To come up with my gold designs, I always try to work with what is already given to me by the piece, so for this, I decided just to trace the outline of the veneer inlay that was already there. To give the piece a little bit more shine, I decided to go in with a wipe on poly in a gloss finish, just to add back a little bit more of that zhuzh that it probably had when it was first made. But anyways guys, I hope that you enjoyed these quick flips. If you would like to stay tuned for more, make sure to like, subscribe, and do all those things so that we can stay a happy flippin' family. And until next time, stay flippin'.